What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, we're going to break down exactly how to make $100,000 part-time in wholesaling real estate. So if you are a part-time wholesaler and you are ready to make six figures, I'm going to break down the ultimate action plan. This is like a $500,000 course today, like a mini course today on actually how to start wholesaling real estate part-time when you're broke, you got no money starting out. I'm going to break down your entire options, what to do if you are part-time working 5, 10, 15, 20 hours a week, what you should exactly do for wholesaling real estate success. I'm excited today to break it all down. So before I break it down, before I share it all, do me a big favor and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below your questions. I'd love to answer them and help you out become a better wholesaler today. So without further ado, let's get it going. Let's break it all down. And most importantly, let's get jacked up. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Let's go. I'm excited today, guys. We're ready to go. We're ready to break it all down and show you the entire wholesaling real estate process, part-time, getting started. Let's get into it. Let's kind of have a conversation about this and break down how to make $100K a year part-time. Here's my action plan for wholesaling real estate, getting started part-time for success. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's sort of break this all down. So what we're going to basically break down today is how to make $100,000 a year part-time. I'm going to break down exactly the best methods and basically an action plan on how to make $100,000 this year wholesaling houses part-time. So what is part-time wholesaling? Now, that's the first thing we have to kind of break down today. But like, what is part-time? In my opinion, I feel like part-time wholesaling is between 5 to 10 hours a week. Technically, it can be 20 hours a week if you really want to get in the nitty gritty of it. But I would say 5 to 10 more or less is wholesaling part-time. So 5 to 10, I think is a pretty good breakdown of it, right? So 5 to 10 hours. Now, it can be 5 to 20, right? One thing I do want to say to you guys starting out is you can 100% make six figures this year, like in 6 months, right? Wholesaling houses part-time. In under 6 months, you can make six figures wholesaling part-time. The truth is, it's going to take some work. I've never said this is an extremely easy process. I've never claimed that once, but it is a process that does take work. But if you're willing to go out here and take the action, you're going to do fine. Like, you're going to do very, very well. The truth is, most wholesalers aren't willing to take that action, and that is going to cause a lot of demise for their success. So the one thing I can tell you starting out is you have to be able to make a commitment to take action and be consistent. Consistent action is always going to lead to your success in wholesaling real estate. The people that do not take consistent action are just not going to be successful. So we're going to break down exactly right now everything you need to know about this. So I'm excited. Let's see. We're going to break down, first of all, like what's the actual steps, how much time you should be putting into it. Even if you can only give me 5 hours a week, honestly, you can always make time for it. So we're going to break it all down right now. So the first question is, how many deals do you need to do $100,000? This is basically my mini course, right? Like, it all comes down to doing $100,000 is basically 10 deals. So if you're doing 10 deals a year at average 10,000 assignment each deal, that's $100,000. And when you really look at it, that's less than one a month. That's honestly less than one real estate wholesaling deal a month you have to do. It's really not that complicated because all you have to do is do less than one deal per month. That's it. So again, you can 100% make six figures this year by just doing less than one deal per month. It's like everyone thinks it's like this crazy confusing process. And the truth is, it is not. It's actually a very, very easy, simple process. It is not complicated. Doing less than 1 deal a month, 10 deals a year. That's it. If you just take consistent action on this, you're going to do fine. But really, a lot of wholesaling gurus, schmoorus, whatever you want to call them, they try to complicate this process so you can buy their simple course that simplifies everything. And the truth is, I'm just giving you what's inside those courses, actually even better. What I actually do is I break down the process in simplistic terms that makes it really easy for you to know exactly how to get going, how to take action, and what to do. It's like, how do you get strong? You lift weights. I show you what to do. Like, really, it's not like this crazy complicated process. A lot of people are like, what's the complicated? How do I run a mile in under 15 minutes? Like, just walk. And just keep walking and walk a little faster every day and get 1% faster. You're going to be fine. A lot of people really overcomplicate this. And that's really what I want to do is simplify this business for part-time wholesalers and just show you. So the one thing I can tell you right now, I do want you guys to understand this. This is a very important quote. Consistent results require consistent action. So if you're asking yourself right now, Zach, I'm not being consistent in my business. I'm not getting consistent deals every month. And someone always asks me like, Zach, how do I get consistent deals every month? Zach, you consistently get deals. How can I get consistent deals? The answer to that question is, how much marketing have you done? That's always the answer, right? Like I can always tell when someone comes up to me and says, I'm not doing consistent deals. Well, you're not taking consistent action. So if you want results that are consistent, your action's going to have to be consistent also. This is why I can always tell somebody that has cold call a lot versus people that do not know how to cold call. How you're good at cold calling, you're not an expert cold calling straight out. You have to have that experience, which means you took consistent action, you got that experience, and then your results were consistently well. So this is what you have to understand is consistent results equal consistent action. And this is a very important quote. Same thing, just flipped over. Inconsistent results require inconsistent action. So let's say this one last time. If you are very inconsistent with the money you're making in wholesaling, it's because you're very consistent with the action you're taking. You're inconsistent in marketing, you're inconsistently text blasting, you're inconsistently pulling cash buyers, you're inconsistently following up, and that's going to give you inconsistent results. That like when you show up every day and you do the work, the results just show up. And that's because you get very, very good at what you're doing. That's with anything. I don't know one guy. I know a lot of people that play Call of Duty that have been playing Call of Duty since middle school that still play it right now. And they put a lot of, they're all good because they put the hours in. Have you ever met a 13-year-old boy who's really good at Fortnite that destroys your butt? I have. Because he consistently plays the game and he consistently does well. Wholesaling is a game and I consistently play it. So I consistently do well. Like you ever pull up to a basketball court and you got this one guy's always there and he's destroying everybody because he's consistently there. It's so easy to tell the people that put in the work in this and the people that don't. It's different between the amateurs and the professionals, honestly. And there's people that have studied wholesaling, but they still get inconsistent results because they study it. They're not taking the action. They're just studying it. And so what do I mean by these two sentences? Inconsistent results equal inconsistent action. Consistent results require consistent action. Did I say consistent studying of wholesaling or learning about wholesaling? No, consistent action. Action is going to be more important than any of the videos you watch here. And yes, what I could tell you is it's a little complicated, like more or less, but like you have to know what to do, right? Like if I try to play football and I don't know the rules of football, eventually I'll figure it out by just playing with people or just like talking, but like, it'd be nice to get some of the rules or what to do. Right. And that's the point of the channel, right? Like the point of this channel is to give you the game plan of what to do. And I can give you the plays, but you gotta go run the play, right? That's the thing. You know, I could tell you what to do. I can give you a recipe and that's basically what I do. I give you the recipe. You have to bake it though, right? If I tell you got to put 4 eggs with the batter, you got to get it. And if you put 2 eggs in there and it tastes terrible, it's up to you because the recipe's right there. You can't mess up a recipe. Like when I make Kraft mac and cheese, I can't mess it up. I measure the milk. I put it in there. I'll measure the water. I measure the cheese they have for me. Like, it's impossible for a big dummy like me to mess that up. Now, some recipes are complicated. Like what was a quiche? I tried to make a quiche last week. My sister was trying to help me make a quiche. I didn't know what I was so confused, right? Like, I don't have the tool. Like, that's complicated, right? Like, the cool part about wholesaling is it's like those recipes. You can make it really complicated. And for a lot of things, like, there's different recipes for people that aren't experienced at cooking, right? Like, I can make a banger cereal because I know the ratio of, I literally know a ratio of milk to cereal. That is reverse trying for dollars. Like, you look for ugly house, you put sticky note with what I say on it, and then boom, it's easy. Now, when it comes to cold calling, it's a little different, right? Like, there's a little more recipe to that. The experience is, but if I try to make that quiche like every single day for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be really, really good at it because I might fail starting out, but I'll get better and better and better at it. It's just what it all boils down to. Okay. I can make really good ribs. Just FYI for everyone, I can make really good ribs. I sucked at making ribs starting out. You know why? Because I've been constantly doing it at my house, learning. And that's the point. Grilling steak, all this stuff. Like it all comes down to the action and experience. You ever find anybody in life that's good at something? They put in the work. Okay, that is one thing I'm telling you about wholesaling real estate. And I know this is a mindset thing. Really quick, we're gonna get to the action plan. I'm gonna give you the recipe for success. But just think about it for a second. Have you ever found somebody that's really good at something that has not put in the work in? There's few exceptions, obviously. The world's tallest man kind of showed up like that, right? But like, you look at elite level gymnasts, you look at elite athletes, you look at grandmaster tennis people, chess players, you look at the best of the best at everything, right? The smartest scientists in the world, they all put in the work. The best doctors, they all like. Life and wholesaling, it's the same thing to a point. The most elite people in anything have to put in the work, and it is not an exception for wholesaling real estate. So if you're looking to get in this part-time, you still got to put in the work to be successful. That is one thing I tell you before you get into the action plan. I can give you this action plan right now. If I tell you to put 4 eggs in the thing and mix it with this thing, and you put 2 eggs, 1 egg, it's going to fail. And you're going to say, Zach, I don't want to use eggs. It's in the recipe. You can't get out of that, okay? So if you want to drive for dollars, the recipe is go in your car, look for ugly-looking houses in areas that are under the median home price in the area. That is it. There's no which way around that, okay? When I tell you to SMS text blast and you don't use my script and you fail, the truth is because you're not following the recipe. Follow the recipe, guys. That's how you become successful. And I'm about to give you the recipe right now. The reason I'm giving you this pep talk before I give you the actual results is you cannot deviate from it. Once you do, you're going to fail. It drives me crazy. And that's what I could say. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. My Zach's rant is over for the day. Okay. So how do you spend your time? There's 2 part-times. I've said this, I think a couple weeks ago. There's part-time and part-time wholesaling, right? Part-time is basically 5 hours a week of wholesaling real estate. That's not a lot, but if you're in part-time mode, this is basically what we're going to do, okay? So part-time wholesaling real estate is basically 2 hours dedicating a week to list pulling, 2 hours into your marketing, and then 1 hour for sellers and cash buyers and follow-up. Not a lot, but when I really break down everything here, when I really break down it all, you only got 5 hours, which that's for the smallest part of part-time wholesalers. It still works. The 2-to-1 ratio, that's the best ratio, okay? That's my ratio for the perfect whatever recipe you want, right? That's the ratio for success. You can do which way you want, but that's the ratio, right? So that is how I'm telling you to split up your day when you only have about 5 hours more or less. So let's sort of break this down if you need the action plan. So let's kind of break down the action plan, okay? So basically 5 hours or less a week. I would say you got a couple days for wholesaling right now. I'm assuming you have a full-time job. You got a couple kids. You're married. You got to spend time with your family. You might have older grandparents you got to see every week and help them out. Like you're a very, very busy person. I get it. Life happens. You just got to make time for it, right? So this is what more or less you're going to see, right? 10 to 12 p.m., 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Honestly, on a Saturday, I would say the best results is going to be trying for dollars. and or reverse drawing for dollars. I recommend if you're local, in-person reverse drawing for dollars. If you are virtual, I would say just pull government lists from 10 to 12. If you really want to, code violations, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, pre-foreclosures, the arrest record list. This is all stuff on the bottom right here at freewholesaling.com. You can actually start pulling these lists right now. Remember, guys, freewholesaling.com. Now, 5 to 7 p.m., this is going to be Monday, I would say, or maybe a Sunday if you have to, a Saturday evening. Like there's two times. I always tell everybody, there's two best times to cold call. The best time to cold call is from 2 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. And the second best time to cold call is whenever you can. Okay? Whenever you can is the second best time to cold call. The best time to cold call is 2 to 7 p.m. whatever local time you're at. So if I am in Florida and I'm cold calling California, theoretically that will be 11, be 2 to be that would be 5 to, oh God, you guys are really enjoying me struggling on the math here. 5 to 12, right? 5 to 12, my time in Florida for California, because you just got to understand it's whatever local time it is with that person. If I'm cold calling the Philippines, it'll be a 13-hour time difference, right? It'll be 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. more or less over there if it's 12-hour difference, right? Just understand that would be the best time for cold calling. I would say most people starting out cold calling. The reason why I love cold calling, FYI, guys, is because you can gain that experience talking to sellers. You actually are getting better. You're putting the experience in the reps. And you're actually talking to sellers. So that's really good. I would say the best one is if you're doing virtual. I would do 10 to 12 polling and then code calling. Then I would add in some Zillow for sale by owners in there in the local market, the virtual market you're doing. They're working really, really well. If you're a beginner, it's really good to get that experience. 2 to 3 p.m., spend that on seller appointments, calls the next Saturday. I think that'll give you really good results. That's for my part-time action plan. Now, if you're doing a little more part-time, so this is part-time. I don't know why I have an extra part in here, but whatever. So this is what I do. If you have 10 hours, I would double this for 20 hours, but 4 hours for polling, list polling, 4 hours for marketing, 2 for seller. It's pretty much the same ratio. We're just doubling it up because that's really the perfect ratio. So if you're doing a part-time, this will be my action plan for 10 hours, right? I would say 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Take that on a weekend, drive for dollars from reverse drawing for dollars. Just boop, boop, boop. Like I'm letting you guys know, like if you're seeing like a little sign here, I'm talking about drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars. Very importantly here, if you can reverse drive for dollars, a code violation list, a water shutoff list, a fire damage property, if it's salvageable, though pre-foreclosures, if you can do that, I'm telling you, do it, because there's a very interesting law. It's the law of proximity, or quote unquote, I don't know if it's trademarked, the proximity principle people talk about all the time, where if you are around successful people, more or less your mindset shifts and you are successful. That's one law, but that's not what I'm talking about. The proximity principle also works with bad people. So if you're hanging around the wrong crowd, you're most likely going to do the wrong things. That's just, it's pretty much a fact. Now, wholesaling deals are the same way. If I'm around a really ugly looking house, most likely there's other real estate wholesaling ugly looking houses around that area. So if I go to a nasty pre-foreclosure in a good market, there's probably other houses like that, like a street or two over. So that's why I'm saying reverse try for dollars on government lists, put the sticky note on there and do it. Do not cold call the reverse try for dollars. You just do the sticky note. That's it. That's the point. You save actually a ton of time and money doing it. It works so well. I've been telling everyone to do it. A lot of people don't listen to me, but people like Fernando right here, he listens, right? I did reverse trying for dollars on a pre-foreclosure and I got 5 people who are looking to sell. Right? Like it's crazy because every guru doesn't talk about this. This is like doing direct mail, add drawing for dollars, and then add an insane cold calling. And then it's just really quick and easy. This stuff works. No other guru talks about this. No other real estate coach talks about this because they're not creative. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to market. They don't wholesale anymore. They're all shams. They spend all day coaching you guys. They actually don't run a real business. I do. There's business for real. I know it works. That's what I'm telling you. Guys, when you hear Gary Vee tell you something, like go on, do this platform or do this stuff, and he's usually right. He's predicted like 4 or 5 things, and he's always been right on it. I'll give a shout out to him. It's like me, like when I tell you like this is working and I'm finding a very good arbitrage of success with a list, you guys got to be going after it, because the most wholesalers in this industry don't follow me. They don't subscribe. They're actually not watching this live right now. Most wholesalers actually aren't watching me or Rick. They never even heard of us. So if you're one of the lucky and few people to listen to me, giving free advice to you, you're going to have a big advantage. I would say 10% of wholesalers maybe even know who I am. That means only at best 10% of wholesalers in your market are doing the strategies I say, which means you're going to crush the 90%. That's insane. Most wholesalers have big egos. And so when they hear new advice, they don't actually, oh, I'm not doing that. Going to let the youngins do it, be successful, and then they go into it. That's what happened SMS text blasting for me. Every big wholesaler in my market didn't do SMS text blasting. That's a young thing. That's a new thing. We're going to do that. I did it, crushed it. Then they started doing it. People are going to start reverse trying for dollars a lot more in the future, because they're going to see young guys and gals like you guys watching, or people are beginners, or people that are just doing it, being successful with it, and then they're just going to hop on the trend. You guys are probably 6 to 12 months early on reverse trying for dollars. And I'm giving everybody right now the key to doing it. If you want to learn how, it's at freewholesaling.com. Some guru's going to make a course on it. What am I going to do? They're going to call it the John method. You know, there's going to be a guy named John or Sam, and they're going to call it the Sam method or the Johnson method. And then they're going to call it that and make it. And then they're going to think it's my own thing, and they're going to try to sue me. Honestly, that's what the gurus do. But I'm just telling you, the reason why I say it on here so everyone does this, when a guru makes a course on it, I have proof that I told everyone to go pull this list. So that's why I always tell everyone. But that's what I'm doing in my business. It works really well. I definitely recommend you guys do that. You do some more cold calling. If you do reverse trying for dollars, I would probably cold call Zillow for sale by owners. I would be cold calling probates. I would be doing some SMS text blasting if I can. You got a 5 to 10. You got a lot of marketing to do. You can, if you are part-time. I'm working on a video right now. I think a lot of people are really going to like on this channel of, on the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, of how to wholesale real estate without cold calling. I know everyone's like, how do I wholesale without cold calling? I kind of broke it down, but like for a lot of the cool part about cold calling, why a lot of people don't like cold calling is because it takes time. So a lot of these strategies actually work really good for the part-time wholesaling. So I sort of explained in that video, bandit signs are really good. Text blasting is really good. Reverse trying for dollars, probate mailers. Like, you can also add these in if you are part-time, you don't have a lot of time on your hands. It's going to work really well for you guys. So I'm always telling people like doing that, 10 to 5, 2 to 4 seller appointments. I think it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, that's what I could say from here. Now, what are some alternate options for you? So I kind of mentioned this again: government lists, cold calling them, probates, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, code violations, tax liens, IRS debt lien lists, credit card debt lien lists. Got probates. Like, I'm a broken record with this stuff. Okay. I think everyone in the comments can know that I have screamed about government lists. I've screamed about reverse drawing for dollars as much as I can. I'm going to keep telling everyone to do it. But like, if you're not doing it now and you've been watching my stuff consistently, you are doing yourself a disservice, and you are just impeding your own success. Like, you're getting in your own way of being successful. Just FYI for everyone watching this, like, you are destroying your own success. You are setting yourself up for failure if you're not doing this. I'm just like, unless you are so filled up with leads, all right? Like, unless you're like some of these guys in the comments that are doing hundreds of thousands a month following us, and you have so many leads that you can't do this tactic, sure, right? But I'd say, so government lists, cold calling them, reverse drawing for dollars, bandit signs, the We Buy Ugly Houses signs. I tell everybody, test bandit signs out. I would say 20% of markets, and that is very generous. Bandit signs are going to work in 20% of markets. So if you go to LA, Inland Empire, it's probably not going to work. But if you're in like Houston, like a suburb of Houston, you're kind of in northern Florida, like Panhandle, like bandit signs can work. Some markets work really well with them. Some aren't. Some are illegal. Some aren't. You have to do your research on it. But like, I was in one of those 20% where it did work, and I made 100K 17 doing it. So like, it's all a chance, but I would tell people to just test it out. Like I see Sean's in the chat below, like he's in San Diego, like probably not going to work too well there. But like, if you're in like, the Southeast, like Alabama, Birmingham, so like That's a really good bandit sign market. I definitely telling most people, test it out. That's one thing. So it says we're having a mic problem on here. So let me test it out. Shouldn't be a mic problem. Maybe I'm screaming too much on this, but let's test it out. Oh, yeah, I see it. I see what you're saying. Let me go test one thing out. All right, we're gonna check one thing out really quick. Let me do this. This might take like 1 second. Hold up. All right, I think it's fixed. Let me know if that's fixed or not. Sometimes the mic does that. I legit don't know why. I got to reset it. So let me test it one more time. I hate when that happens, but appreciate you guys. Guys, in the comments, just tell me if the mic's. Yeah, see, now it's working. So, it happens all the time. So give a shout out to D-Wank. Sometimes there's that little clipping thing. Sorry, guys, for that. But yeah, so let's kind of get in the. Just let me know in the comments because it takes 5 seconds to fix. I tested before the live and it was working. So whatever. So yeah, bandit signs, probate letters. So I would probably do probate letters. I think probate letters are actually really good right now. They're still pretty cheap. We have it all at freewholesaling.com. It all works really good. SMS text blasting is another really good tactic. I would tell you, love SMS text blasting. So SMS text blasting basically just text out a list, right? We teach you exactly how to do it at freewholesaling.com. So go there and you can learn exactly how to do it. So those are your alternate options for part-time wholesaling. The truth is, when you're starting out as a beginner in wholesaling real estate, the options you have are a little more limited because you don't have the time. The point is to be very effective with your time. That's why I'm telling a lot of people to do drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars, because it takes time to pull a list. It takes time to skip trace a list. So if you can do it, if you can actively market while doing it, kind of doing a two for one, you're going to be a lot more successful. That's honestly what I've seen for wholesalers starting out. The people that just take that action. And remember what I said, consistent results equal consistent action. So if you consistently put in, I'd rather you do 5 hours a week for a year straight than do 10 hours a week for 6 months. One's actually way better because that consistency is like a muscle in your mind. And when you're able to put 10 hours in it, it's going to do a lot better. So let's get in some questions. I want to answer some questions. That is basically how to wholesale part-time, more or less. If you want to learn exactly everything I have to say there, just go to freewholesaling.com. I switched it up for you guys. So I'm getting questions like Luke's, like what's reverse drawing for dollars? Go to freewholesaling.com. I teach it absolutely in there. It's a free real estate wholesaling course. No way to pay me on there. All you got to put in is your email and a password, and you have your own account made for you, so you can track your own progress. That's how you learn it in there. So 90% of the questions that are asked, mostly from beginners, I love everyone starting out. I'm always here to help everyone. They can be answered at freewholesaling.com. I just want to give everyone an FYI. Most of your questions will be answered at freewholesaling.com. If you go through there, then we also have a 30-day wholesaling challenge for everyone starting out the first 30 days in wholesaling. You should check that out. It is at freewholesaling.com. And then all your questions are basically going to be answered there. Just letting everyone know, FYI. So let's answer some questions. We got a lot of people in the backstage. We're doing one-on-one calls also today. So the first thing I do want to explain to everybody that if you're starting out in wholesaling and you want to get some free coaching, right? Like I think a lot of people love the coaching, right? Everyone thinks I'm a guy that hates coaching. I actually love coach. I think real estate mentorship and coaching is essential for success. The thing is, I don't agree you should pay for this stuff, right? Like a lot of people learned how to become very successful in business, not from paying someone, but like from learning from the greats that give it out all for free. I think the Warren Buffetts, the Mark Cubans, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they give their best advice for free. And I'm trying to be like that over there. I wholesale real estate. I do this business for real. I don't want to be a little guru type person. that's known for being the little guru type guy. Everyone knows, like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be more of the Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, like those type of guys that like they just give it for free because they make so much stinking money. They just give it out and they make all their money wholesaling. That's what I want to do, and that's what I do. So that, like, just FYI, that's where I'm coming from here. So if you want to talk to me, I'll let everyone talk to me one-on-one. All you got to do is go here. This is Wholesaling Houses for Real. This is my Facebook group. Just at 62,000 members. Woo! Love seeing that. 62,000 members. We have over 1,500 people every single week joining us. Absolutely mind-blowing to me. We have that many people hopping on and joining. 6,000 people every single month joining the mastermind. Shout out to everyone who is hopping on the mastermind. Right here, you can answer. You can even ask your questions. We got people like Cheyenne who just needs help with this lead. We're going to break down motivation. She's like, what are the repair costs on this? Everyone in the mastermind, we sort of help each other out. We love it. It's awesome. Love helping everyone out. And then we have a little cash buyers. You can actually post your deals, find cash buyers in there too, guys. Is the ultimate mastermind for wholesaling real estate. How do you join that? All you got to do is go to Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook. And that's basically it. Just join it. Honestly, if you just search wholesaling, it's going to be probably the first thing that pops up. So here's the link right here. www.facebook.com/group/wholesaling houses for real. And then basically, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, you see here on the featured tab 5 hours ago, I posted this. You just click here. I shared a link. It'll bring you to the YouTube video, but at 5 p.m. Eastern, watch the video here, or you can join here on StreamYard and join and actually talk to me. So the StreamYard links to hop on and actually talk to me. I'm glad I'm considered a group expert in my own group. But that is how you talk and basically talk to me one-on-one for free, and you can ask your questions. This is literally probably $1,000 a call is the value, more or less, on these. And I give away $1,000 to every single person that asks me, which is great. Most gurus charge $1,000 for that little one-on-one session, but I give it out absolutely for free because I want to help everyone become as successful as possible. That being said, without further ado, check out freewholesaling.com and let's answer some questions. Let's bring up the first one here. Sosa. Yo, Sosa. All right. Victor. Yo, Victor. Oof, 0 for 2. Sean.
Hey, I'm that guy trying to do it in San Diego.
I know. What's up?
Not much. I just want to say thank you. I used your contract. I have a property under contract. I'm not sure. So there's a lot of models out there about how to price an ARV for once you have it. Now this is I'm in a high value area for real estate out here. So even the cheapest value. Yeah, well, you know that.
I'm joking, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. But so like I have a property and I got it for around $600, but ARVs I believe are in the $650 to $800 range. Now I have it priced where I think there's like $120,000 minimum between what I'm asking and the minimum ARV, and I think if it goes up to $800, that's like $170,000 gap, but I'm not getting many bites. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I can't really follow the formula of like 80% of the value because out here that's just way too much money to ask people to give up.
My rule, I've never deviated from it. I even said it yesterday. It's at freewholesaling.com for everyone. There's basically there's 4 multipliers, more or less. Technically 5, but 4. ARV minus repairs multiplied by 70% if ARV is under 120. You're above that. So ARV minus repairs multiply 80% if it's about 120 to 200. It's not perfect, more or less. And then 200 to 250 is 83%. Once you're at 3, 4, 500,000, you're at 85%. That's really like mostly for Inland Empire type guys, San Fran. You're very similar to like San Fran to a point, but not so much so. At 600, 650 ARV, you're probably closer to 85%, pushing 86. And that's on, I'd say 85%. So you need to figure out what the ARV is. If you just, make it look good, and then you multiply the repairs, and that's it.
Okay, that's a lot of math for me to do on the spot. So, but I'll try that out.
What's the ARV?
Oh, the ARV, like I said, it's between 750 and 800.
All right, let's do 750.
Yeah.
How much does it need to get to that 750? If I put on the MLS, it looks beautiful. I can put it on a TV show.
How much does it mean? You mean like repair value, repair
Yeah.
costs? Blue Hammer. I went for everything on Blue Hammer, and it says it's around 92,000
Okay.
for like everything brand new because it's from the 1960s.
Okay, I'm gonna put 90. Multiply that 85%, you're at 561.
So I need to be below that to attract a buyer.
If it needs 90, then yes. 90 seems a tad high. Like, does it need a full updating and remodeling?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's from 1961, hasn't been touched, but like all the major stuff is still functional, like plumbing, and like, they had the heater furnace like updated.
How's the roof?
The roof is okay because I have an estimate from a solar company that they tried to get on the property too.
So it says 603 if it's 800. More or less, like, is it like a 3.2 or something like that?
It's a 3. It's technically a 3 1.5, but the 1.5 is like right there by the master. You can bring the wall out. It's all connected.
What? I mean, you got to look at what are just in that area. Like, it's San Diego, bro. Like,
Yeah.
properties are selling crazy there. Like, what are the 3 1.5 or 3.2s that square foot selling for that are really nice? Pretty
That's
easy
what
to
I'm
figure
saying.
that out.
So there was a 3.2 that sold for 750. But it had a less square footage, and there was a 3.2 that sold for 800, but that had a little bit more square footage. But this one has a better view than all those properties too.
Were they built in were they older homes that were built in the 60s?
Yeah, but they've been fully renovated.
Okay, well, that's perfect. So what's the square footage? Don't tell me the exact one, but like, what's the range?
Okay. Between 13 and 15.
1,500. I mean, I think 90 is a little high, and that's good. I think 90 is a little high because Blue Hammer is like you're going through a general contractor, right? If you're being a cash buyer who's going to do it themselves, probably going to be cheaper. I put full remodels on like for 60, 70K at most. And I deal with ugly houses. Like San Diego's labor's more expensive. What is it locked up for?
Okay, so it is under contract, so I guess I can tell that, but I have it for 595.
Okay. So the good part for you, no one's going to steal your deal because between you and me, millions of houses are in SoCal like that. So like, you're fine. That's why I asked you. So what are cash buyers saying when you're trying to sell?
So I mean, they ask me for details, and I don't get much of a response. I have my own separate email account dedicated for this stuff, and I have had a couple people say they just straight up don't deal with wholesalers. So I think they're just angry. But
have you? So how many emails have you sent out?
A little over a dozen, I think.
Wow. What do you do when? I mean, are you calling these people?
I have called. So one of the things, other than using the cash buyer master list that you have on the website, which I think people are changing, but I actually just go to Google, and I think that you had that in one of your other videos where you literally just type in, say, how do I sell my house for cash, and then look up all the people who are giving their phone number saying we buy houses for cash, and I've called them. So,
have you gone to SoCal Real Estate Investors Network Facebook group?
I've looked a bunch of times for once. There's one that's like kind of merged with Riverside. I have gone there. I haven't gotten any bites. I've tried to go into everything I can find for the area.
Have you trying to think here. Have you cold called the 4 rents in that zip code?
4 rents? No.
Cold call the 4 rents because that might be a good rental. Because some people don't like the full renovations to throw them back on the market. They just want to rent it out. And it's kind of cheap, like 600K is out between, that's cheap for San Diego.
Right. Well, also, cheap. I just know that there's like a big gap between 600 and 800.
No, there's a big gap. There. I would cold call the 4 rents. I would go into actual Facebook groups and try to figure it out. I would go to some of the real estate investor meetings they have. There's going to be a group selling you a pitch meeting on there, but there's going to be some cash buyers on there. Okay. I'll be having conversations. And the most important part is, when a cash buyer says, I don't want to buy this, Sean, ask him why.
Yeah, they haven't told me that. That's the thing. I haven't, once I give them information, they just ghost me. So I'm like, I can't even get a conversation. Lately, when I make contact after the first like few days of not getting anything back, I've been telling them, hey, just let me know. What do you think about the price? And then they just come back with, oh, well, let me get my guys to run the comps and the numbers and see if we can work something out. And then I just don't hear anything back.
Okay. So What I think you need to do, I think you're having quantity and not quality. That's my opinion. I think you need to find the cash buyers for wholesalers. The for rents are going to be really important, but I think you got to go to the real estate groups. That's going to be the easiest, best one. So let's go together. Let's do this together, okay?
Okay.
Let me go here because San Diego's the easier market. Finding the deal is the hard part. So hold on, give me a second. All right, San Diego real estate. Let's find a deal. All right, let's find a cash buyer.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're good. All right, so this is a weird one, but let's try this one. All right. We are in the San Diego Real Estate Friends. So I don't know if this is going to mean anything, but this seems pretty cool, right? So let's go search this. Hold on. Cash buyer. So I'm just going in here. Just hold up. All right. Cash buyer. And we're just searching this, right? I'm going to go by most recent. I don't see anything here. We got to be in the group. All right. We're getting some nice off-market deals in San Diego. Anyone buying it, DM us or shoot us, dispo at whatever. So I'm going to go to comments here. So let's see here. Fernando Cortez says he's buying houses. So I'm just going to click message, and I'm going to slide in those DMs, like, hey.
Yeah, I just searched for the San Diego Real Estate Friends. I didn't see anything come.
Hey, Fernando. I just want to put like, hey, Fernando. I have a smoking deal in blank zip. I don't know what zip. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Are you still looking to buy from wholesalers? Mark. Boom. Right. Introduce yourself. Get a phone number. Right. And so like, all right, I got a few buyers. Send them over. Justin, that's a wholesaler. What have you got? So maybe Don. He looks like a realtor, but he might be good, right? I'll go message this guy. Let's see. GA Equity. This guy sort of looks like maybe a hedge fund. He looks younger.
I actually messaged him already.
What?
I actually messaged him already.
All right. Carter, Candace Kendall, DME, Sarah Renovate San Diego. Right? Like, you got a lot of these people. All right. Okay. We don't care about this. All right. Like, I just keep going, like I'm looking here. 162 EXP Realty. No. From Canada. Contractors. But like, you're just going to keep scrolling here and just look. They're going to pop up.
Yeah, I'll look for that for sure.
Yeah. Like, that's pretty much like, that's the best way I could tell you to find. Like, San Diego's pretty easy. And it's the deal that's hard. So you might have a good deal. You might not. I don't know. You got to talk to cash buyers, and you're not talking quality ones.
I can't even get a conversation started. Just send me the details and then nothing.
So Sean, guess what we're going to do? I'm going to be really upset with you. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. You're going to go to that group and you're going to post. I have a smoking deal in blank zip code. Need to sell it. It's an assignment deal. Something like that. Who wants it? Contact me put your email.
Okay.
Heck, put a Google Voice number. Post it on there, right?
Yeah. I've been doing that in a bunch of groups, so it shouldn't be hard.
Do that group. Do a bunch of like that. I'm going to tell you, I think that's going to be the best bet.
All right. Well, I'll give it another shot. Thanks, Zach.
All right. Keep it up, Sean. Let me know.
Yeah.
If you don't get it in 2 days, let me know because I do have people there that I can get you connected with. I really don't want you to give up your equity. So keep going at it.
All right. How would I go about getting in contact with you?
Hop on the thing. You're talking to me.
This again? Okay. All right.
Bro, I get 500 like DMs, messages, emails a day, and they're all upset that I'm talking to you right now and not them because you hopped on, right?
All right.
You're the second person I talked to, right? Boom. So,
yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you know, Zach.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Darren.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I just want to say thank you, man. I just got my first goodness gracious, I got my first deal signed up today. First contract signed.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's definitely took me some work, but kind of like the last guy that was just on, I kind of had the same thing. Even though I just got it signed this morning, I haven't really had time to reach out to buyers yet. But I kind of wanted to see like, um, did I get it at a right price? Because I feel like I did, but I'm like, man, I didn't really have nobody to double check to see if it was,
All right.
if it was good.
First of all, before you tell me this information, I'm going to tell you questions because I don't want you to give up the deal. There's a lot of people watching this, okay?
Okay,
So,
all right.
number one, what market is it in?
I'm in Baltimore.
Baltimore? All right. You'll be fine. So, what's the ARV? You'll be fine.
What I checked, what I got was about 180.
And the repairs?
The repairs, just from the sheet that you uploaded on, like, estimates, because I didn't know exactly. I did go in there and check it out. I would say probably about maybe 40 to 50.
Okay, we're gonna put 40. We're gonna be nice. And what do you have it locked up for?
80.
Okay. It says here 112. If we did 50, so 180, say it needs 55.8. It says 100. Seems good to me, unless your repairs are really off. But 50 on that house seems like you can sell it, man. Seems good to me. Are you actually going to cash buyers for this?
I just got him to sign I just got him to sign the DocuSign this morning. So like I just got it done. So I was just got some free time. I wanted to check your video out first, and now I'm like, all right, let me go on Facebook. I was really just listening to what you were saying to the last guy. Let me go on Facebook, try to get some cash buyers, some of the groups, and go on PropStream, pull some cash buyers too.
Darren, are you gonna be watching the rest of this video?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of it.
Darren, I'm gonna kick you out right now. I want you to hop back in 45 minutes. And I want you to get 10 cash buyers in Baltimore. All right?
All right, but let me ask you one more question before you kick me out.
All right, go.
There's tenants in there. How do I go about
doing the rent? That? What's the rent?
What they're paying? I believe he said they're paying about 12 or 13 a month.
Bro, I think you got a good deal. You get 1,300 in rent. I think that's an easy deal you sell for 100. I think you sell this deal for 100. What is it locked up for again?
80. I got it for 80 this morning.
80. I think you can sell this thing for 100 between you and me. All right. Don't tell anyone. No one's listening. But I think you sell this thing for 100. What I want you to do, if it's got a tenant, freewholesaling.com, we do break down how to deal with tenant properties. You're actually, honestly, your best bet, dude, is going to be going to the 4 rents in that zip code for Baltimore.
Yeah.
But I think you should go on groups and just tell people it's a rental property. It's renting for $1,300, whatever it is, and you're looking to sell it. I think it'd be great. I think you post, hey, I have a rental property renting for $1,300. ARV is blank, whatever you want to put. Don't overdo it. And then I'm looking to sell it as an assignment. I think you post that in like 5 or 10 Baltimore groups. I think you pull all the cash buyers in Baltimore from those Facebook groups. You cold call the 4 rents, bro. In the next 2 days, you can get this thing sold.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what.
But you need to do one thing for me. You need to make sure that they follow the rules I have at freewholesaling.com for cash buyers. Proof of funds. They're okay with an EMD. They're okay with your title company. They're okay with a non-refundable earnest money deposit, all this stuff. So you might have to get through 5 or 10. Wait, you haven't?
No, I watched it. I'm going to rewatch it to refresh my memory.
Yeah, rewatch it. Those are rules. Those aren't suggestions because I want you to get this deal done. Because at the end of the day, if you get like $100 EMD from that cash buyer and the deal's done and you're upset, it's going to stink. So I want you to do all the right steps. Cool part, bro, you can hop on here and ask me before you sign the assignment of contracts. I'll go over it with you. Okay. Like I'll do that with you. Like I want to help and I want you to get this deals done. But speed's important, man. So don't stop your marketing, but let's go get some cash buyers right now. Give me 10. Come back. We'll talk.
This came from your from one of the ones you suggested on PropStream. One of your niche lists.
Love it.
That's what it came from.
Nice. Is he getting evicted?
Huh?
Is he getting evicted?
Is the guy getting evicted? No.
Is the
tenants getting it? Oh, is the tenants getting evicted?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they're still there. I'm not. That's why I wanted to like keep them in there. Do I have to let them know they gotta
go?
List?
What list was this then?
I had to go back and check, but I believe it was tired landlord.
Oh, tired landlord. Bro, this is beautiful, man. Go get some cash buyers. Come back to me in 45 minutes, and I'm going to break down, tell you what to do. All right?
All right. Let me do that now.
All right, man. Come back.
All right.
Go in the private chat, and let me know when you got the 10.
Okay.
All right. Keep it up. I'm forcing you guys to take action today. Because when you take action, you get results. Come on, let's get it. Congrats, bro. Shout out. We got a lot of Baltimore people in the house. Love it. Love it. All right. Wesley.
Yo, what's going on?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I got a few questions. You might hear cars because I'm walking around right now. But so the first question is, I was a little confused because I checked my email one day and randomly there was just like a deal sitting there. And they didn't even go through the JV form that I set up on Podio. They just sent me the deal. Like I was real confused as to how they even got my information. But I was talking to her, and like it wasn't a seller. It was basically another wholesaling company. So I kind of put out the idea of just like JVing with them because I didn't even want them thinking that like, hey, I was gonna be the end buyer or anything when I was gonna be assigning a contract just like they're trying to do. But I haven't received anything back, but I know that it was a she said that she was trying to get an appointment set up, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't know if I should reach back out because it's been like almost a week since I talked to her, and I couldn't find many comps in the area, and the asking price was basically like $60K, and the comps that I was finding were pretty close to that, but I believe they were houses that weren't really renovated or anything. The property needed major renovations because the tenants have been in there for 11 years, and she said that the tenants will be moving because they're only paying like $600 in rent and they know that rent is way higher. But basically, it's a tired landlord. I don't know how to handle that because it's not really my deal. It's just someone trying to JV with me, but I don't really know if it's even worth trying to JV for.
Is it locked? What price is it locked up for?
They got it locked for 60, but I couldn't find many comps in the area. And it's probably going to need like a light to average rehab because it has tenants in it. The only reason why nothing has been done is because they've been in there for like 11 straight years.
It's up to you, man. Like between you and me, like I do a lot of JV deals and it only works with volume. Like I'm not here to run around with a team doing 10K a month for JV deals. Like I gotta do 10 to 15 at 10K each for it to even make sense for me to like run a big operation for it. Because the JVs are a lot of work and you have to have the right system. So do you have cash buyers for that area?
I haven't gotten into getting any cash buyers, but my brother himself is a real estate investor. And I'm also friends with another real estate agent. So it wouldn't be too hard. It's not going to be too hard to get cash buyers. The thing is though, like I kind of have my own deal to focus on because I'm supposed to be, it's crazy because I called Codem. Speaking of that, the JV I wasn't really too worried about, and I don't really care much about it. But
Wesley?
I mean, they're nice, but it's probably not much to be made because what was that?
Wesley, if you don't have any cash buyers, you have nothing to bring to the table for a JV, I probably won't. I'm just telling you. I don't get into a JV unless I know I can sell the deal. Try to send it with your friend, but like I would be focusing on your own wholesaling at this point. That's my opinion.
Definitely. That's more
advice.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because right now, and then soon after that, another deal came through from like cold calling the code enforcement's list. There was this guy. I actually also followed your advice on leaving a voicemail. He texted back. He was like, I got your voicemail, but it was kind of choppy. So we set up a phone call afterwards. So I was kind of debating on, dang, should I leave voicemails or should I just use my time more wisely? But the voicemails actually worked. He called. Well, he texted. We got on a call. I got his motivation. He's basically just tired. He's he's owned the property for a few years. He's been doing the work himself. He's a retired firefighter. And he's just like ready to get it over with and get it out of there. So I had a question about that one. So the thing is, His asking price is $55,000 because he says that he owes a mortgage of $45,000, and he just straight up gave me the price. He was like, "If you can bring me 55 grand, whoever." He said that he has a few more deal offers on the table, but you know how sellers are; they'll make their stuff look more appealing than it is. But I looked in the area. The comps were running around between 90, 85 to 120K ish in the area. I ran I did like an average of all of them for per square feet because I couldn't find any 3 1s in the area. It was only 2 1s. The ARV came out to about 106, almost 107,000. He said he's been working on it. The repairs are more than likely around 10K if the person does it themselves, and around 15 to 18 if someone were to bring a company in, I guess like a general contractor. So I did the math, and the MAO was like 66 and he wants 55. I needed to ask the question because he seemed like very, very firm on the 55 because his mortgage was 45. I don't know if that's something I should try and negotiate or just leave it at the 55 because I can make like 10K off the deal.
If you make 10K, do it. Always make a win-win with the seller. Always. If even if you're gonna make less and it's what's actually best for the seller, do it.
Okay, I got you. I just needed to know because I didn't know if I should negotiate or not.
Do it.
Because I know.
Negotiate
Okay,
with
cool.
him if you can. If you make 10, do it.
Okay, cool. Because I know like
Stop
his
overthinking
like
it, man.
set offer.
Do it.
Okay, I got an appointment to go to Friday. So any pointers on those? I've already sent him. I couldn't get him back on the phone because he's been busy. But I already like sent that. He hasn't responded yet. But I've already sent that conditioning text like, "Hey, I know we're both busy, so I don't really want to spend too much time on this. Will you be able to make a yes or no decision the day of the appointment?" Haven't gotten a response, but I did make sure to condition him first so that we aren't 2 weeks later and now he's just making a decision.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, any pointers
That's
on like
pointer.
going on appointments and what to look for?
Yeah, condition the seller, build a rapport. That's it, man. Like it's all at freewholesaling.com, but like make sure you condition the seller. Go there, be personable, act like you're buying a car to a point, keep it simple, and then get to the close. And there's basically 3 closing lines you can do, right? You can lowball the seller with maybe a good cop, bad cop, dollar bill method, volume method, or get the price out of them, and then get to the point and then get the deal under contract.
All right, I got you because I already know like his ideal price, and his ideal price isn't too far from what his mortgage is. So I think 55 is something that we can both settle with because I've looked at it. The MAO at 70% at 0.7 is going to be like 66 after repairs and everything. So it's like a 10, 11K deal that I can make. And I'd be a fool to like try to negotiate 5 more out of it when I can just get it for 10. And I know that the reason he's firm at 55 is because his mortgage is 45.
Then do it.
Okay, I just needed to get a little clarification on that because it definitely seems like it doesn't definitely, like it is a deal. I'm just gonna bring the contract with me, or I might have like a digital one so that we can get it signed there. But yeah, I always like to get your input just to make sure that like things go a lot smoother.
Print a contract and bring it there. Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was all I needed to know. And what's crazy though is like what amazes me is I haven't really had much time. Well, I have. I won't lie. I've been slacking. But I cold call like 5 hours, like 5, 6 hours, 2 days straight, probably like 10 hours in 2 days, 10, 11 hours in 2 days. And then like it was off the code enforcements and he was like, "Hi, yeah, I'm willing to sell. Please take this off of my hands."
Dude, that's how it works. Every code violation deal I found is they're motivated. You gotta get through a bunch of bad ones, but like they're motivated.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the house is actually in a pretty okay condition. He said that like I'm gonna do my own due diligence, but from him saying what he said, he's been working on the house off and on. So it's not in a horrible condition because he's been working on it. He says that the roof is like new, windows are new. There's one broken that he has to replace, and like the AC is disconnected. But that's like kind of the most extreme part of it, I guess.
All right. Well, you know what to do, man. Go after it.
Definitely. I'm gonna go to that appointment Friday, see if I can't get it locked, see if I can get it locked up, which there's no reason I shouldn't. There's money for me, there's money for him. So I'll just normally I'd negotiate, but I'll just lock it up for 55 to make sure I don't piss him off trying to go lower or anything.
All right. Well, let me know.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
Have a good one. Boom. He was on the highway. Whoa. Keep it safe. Joshua.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm blessed, man.
That's good. Well, first, Zach, I just want to say thanks for doing these lives and providing so much value. You know, you and your dad with consistent YouTube videos as well as the course. So I greatly appreciate it, as well as, everyone else who's watching or who's going to tune in later.
Oh, yeah. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay, so I've been pulling lists. Initially started with credit cards and tax liens, and then I didn't have much success. So I went on to pre-foreclosures. So I guess my first question is, you don't personally cold call or SMS text blast, correct?
I do.
Okay. All right. So you do. So typically, how many contacts does it take in order to get a contract?
What list?
Pre-foreclosures.
Pre-foreclosures for texting will probably be, I'd say 2,000.
Okay.
I'd say probably be 400 reverse drawing for dollars.
Gotcha. Okay. That's what I was looking at as well. I was looking at essentially a 0.1% conversion rate. But I was essentially just seeing what ways I could do something different. Once I call it, usually, a lot of angry people. And
What market are you in, Joshua?
I am currently in Miami-Dade,
Miami-Dade?
also doing, yes.
If you're in Miami, I would reverse try for dollars, pre-foreclosures.
Okay.
Reverse try for dollars, code violations. And then I would probably cold call the water shutoffs also. Those three.
Okay.
Make sure the property values are under 450.
Exactly. Yep. Okay.
That's it.
So perfect. I've been making about 100 cold calls and 100 SMS text blasts a day, and usually it's, a lot of people are angry that I'm calling. Hey, stop calling. But once I continue to talk to them, they say, this is. I'm sorry.
Joshua, what list?
Foreclosures, pre-foreclosures.
You can't cold call a pre-foreclosure.
Don't
cold call a pre-foreclosure.
Okay, so just
go through freewholesaling.com. Well, I have a pre-foreclosure module. The first thing I say is do not cold call a pre-foreclosure. So I recommend you go through the course. It'll help you out. That 1 hour little module will save you hours, because these people are getting loan sharks calling them, financial services. My cold calling results are terrible, but my text blasting for pre-foreclosures work really well. And also my reverse drawing for dollars.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Zach.
All right. Thanks, Joshua.
Right. Okay.
Boom. Awesome. Appreciate it. All right. Love everyone on here. Keep it up. Keep it up. Zach.
Yo.
So eggs. It's a joke. How you doing?
I got another bowl right here. Anyway,
oh my lord.
Yeah, don't forget about it. Anyway, yeah, like you said, I'm gonna on the weekends reverse charge for dollars for that pre-foreclosure list, and then see how many responses I get. But during the week, I've had a plan to get my cold calling skills up, because that's something I'm really interested in doing, and I'm good at it. So I was looking at, or I watched your live stream yesterday, and you got me interested in doing for sale by owner. And so I was scrolling through a for sale by owner list, and I think I might have found a potential deal, but I just wanted to check with some things with you to see if the.
Oh, Zach, let me ask you a question real quick. Did you call this person?
Yes, they did not respond.
Okay.
Their description says that they are open to changing the price, and they're currently listed it for 65 grand. And the house is in horrible condition. And
Don't tell me the city.
The city?
Don't tell me it.
Don't tell me. Okay.
Because everyone can see it.
Yeah.
So don't say it.
You want me to send it to you somewhere?
DM, if you can DM it to me
on Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah,
I can
look at it while you're
I
talking.
think I've DM'd you before on there. You might have seen it.
Yeah, DM me on that one, but keep talking while you're doing it. I'll look it up.
All right, ignore my previous message, please.
All right, I'll look at it.
That was a while ago.
Is it Zachary Hen?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'll search you.
Anyway, yeah, Zachary Henderson. Anyway,
okay.
It probably needs around 100 grand in repairs, and it can probably be sold for around 190,000. So it's a deal that I can probably make 10K off of, 10, 15 grand off of. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's in really rough condition. If you can see the photos on Zillow,
I'm looking at it. Nice.
But in the person in the description, said they're negotiable, and if you look at the price history, they've actually lowered it a lot, and it once was at 55,000, which that was going to be my offer, probably 55,000, because it would have enough room for me to get around 10 grand off this. But I was wondering if this person or if this would be a good deal for me.
You have to be at 40. It was listed at 49. I would cold offer 40 starting out.
Okay, just lowball it. See if I can get lucky.
No, not lowballing it. Not lowballing it yet. Your partner, I don't care what name he is or her name, is at 40 at it. I texted him or her. She's, Zach. I was just talking to my partner John, and he texted me. He's like, he wants to buy this for like 40,000.
Okay.
I'm not saying a word till I get the reaction, and then I see where you're at. This person seems crazy. It's been listed for a stupid amount.
It's been on for 500 days.
I'd be at 40. Unfortunately, there are people out here, and you can't get caught up on a deal that is just, they're so crazy in the head that
I've seen a lot of those today.
They need more pain. Unfortunately, they need more pain. That's why like 100 days, I think that's a really happy median. Once it's over 300 or 400 days, which I'm not hinting at this, but if you're letting it sit for 2 years plus or 3 years, you're just not motivated. You know what? You're just not motivated. So I would try to lowball it using a good cop, bad cop, and go from there. I think like my conversation I had, it's like, hey, that's what I can do. Miss Seller, I'm going to offer you 40 right now, but like, hey, you don't want to take it. What I'm going to do, should I come back in a year and then you take 40? Because I'm not going to be at 40. I'm going to be at 35 because it's going to get worse condition. So do you want to take it now or later?
Okay. Yeah, because I can also get a cash buyer for this pretty easily if I were to get it at 40, because it makes sense from an investing standpoint for a cash buyer to get this because they can resell it for after 100 grand in repairs. If I can take like 10, 15 off of it, maybe even 5, I'd be happy. I'm only 17, so any amount would really be good for me. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'll look into this.
You know why I came up with 40?
Why?
Because this is always a rule for lowballing. Think of your lowball offer and then cut that by 25%. You were at 55. I cut that by 25. That's like 40. Whatever you're uncomfortable with, drop that by 25 more.
Okay.
Always.
Just to try and get extra money out of them.
Go for no. Go for no. You need to know from this person. If they say yes at 55, you could have got it for 40 or 50,
Okay. Yeah. Because
he's at that.
Because I was just confused because even though it's been listed for such a long time, the description makes it seem as if they do want to sell it because it says available again in the price history. They've constantly been like lowering it. And he recently did up it, like really recently. But I mean, I can probably easily get that back down again. I don't think I'll have a single issue with that. All right. Well,
you live in the Midwest. People are crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated next live stream or whatever.
What I'm telling you though is, here's the honest truth. You got to probably talk to like 10 of those people to get like 1 or 2 deals.
Okay.
So don't get your emotions set on one. You're gonna have to do like 10 of these.
Yeah,
And like when I talk to these people, like I'm so unemotionally attached to these houses. Like I gotta go through 10 of them to get one. You know, like I went through 20 yesterday, or like 15 just to get to the 2 decent ones, right? So, dude, call it always. Lowball it. Go after it. You got this. I would stick to you're doing the reverse drive for dollars the right way, but I would also see if you knew code violations in your county too. I would rather you cold call code violations than
there are a lot of code violation areas, like a lot of people who don't pay their stuff, or there's a lot of tall grass here too, and a lot of blue tarp roofs. I've seen a lot of it. So that'd also be a good list to call. So thanks for the help. I know there's other people who want to get on, so I'll get off.
All right, you're 17, so you can have the school project excuse because you're part of my school. It's believable, man. You know, you're not 55 with gray hair popping up to the code violation. Code enforcement. I pulled up at 17 to the same exact thing. Money. So go in person and ask nicely, and then act like a kid. Don't act professional. It works out. It actually works very well.
Okay, and then because I can also have somebody, like if they don't trust me and they want somebody else who's older, I can have somebody JV on it for me if they want somebody who's trustable. I already have a couple of people I've networked with who can do that, like all the signing and stuff, which I can do by myself. But if they don't feel comfortable, I didn't know that. I didn't know you're supposed to like make an excuse for a school project. But I'll try that, and I'll get back to you on how that goes.
All right, keep it up.
Thank you.
Doing well. Boom. Love it. Zach's taking action. I love it. The Zachs in the house are taking action today. So I love to see that. Guys, action is going to be the key to success. Consistent action. You have to show up every single day and do the work, and you'll get better. So I love everyone in the chat here getting better every day. Yo.
Yeah, what's going on, Zach? How's it going?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just had a few questions. So I got a property under contract. I don't know if you remember, I had closed my first property.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I just, I have 2 properties under contract. I probably will make less on this one. The properties are small and they need a whole bunch of work. So, yeah, so I'm in, the market I'm in, right?
Yep.
Do you think that I should move markets because?
No.
You think I should stay?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just been getting a little discouraged because like the properties that I do come across, most of them I can't even find the owner. It's really hard because a lot of the owners that own these messed up houses are like super old. So it's like, I don't know, like I can't even find them. And then the ones that, the obvious ones, everybody's calling them a million times. Like I feel like it's gone saturated a little bit. Like I don't know. Do you think I should? I don't know. Do you think I should move a little?
No.
So just keep going. Just keep doing it.
Yes, you're in a great market.
Okay.
Don't blame the market. Blame the marketing.
Blame the marketing.
Blame the marketing, not the market.
Okay. So do you think I should drive for dollars? Because I feel like I drove everywhere in here. Like I feel like do you think I should start targeting like?
Have you called the water shutoffs?
Nah, I haven't done no government list.
Government list.
All right. So that's
the best part about government list. There's a new one every month.
Okay, gotcha.
There's always another person that died, right? There's another person that has tall grass. Doesn't stop.
Okay. And do you think I should just stay only in this market or?
Yes, it's big.
Only this? Just target this 10 times? Like go hard on it?
Get back to me when you're doing 20 a month, and then we can talk about it. All right?
All righty. Well, I appreciate that, Zach.
I did not expand until I was doing that consistent deals every month in my market.
Okay. All right. Well, I just needed that quick pump, I just been a little discouraged.
All right. Keep it up.
I appreciate it.
Also, have you reverse drove for dollars? Whatever. All right. Reverse drive for dollars, those markets too. That'd be my advice also. All right. Landon.
Hey, Zach. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up?
Great. So I just recently got into this about a week ago, and I got my first deal signed today, my first contract signed. But I was wondering, just like if I overpaid, just if I signed the contract. I DM'd you on Facebook the listing. It's in California, kind of in the desert type area.
Okay.
And
what city?
Yeah, I'm just kind of iffy on that and how to work
the
that
ARV
because
might
it is
prepare.
zoned for an ADU as well. So I don't know.
Landon, what's the MAO?
Um, I'm not sure what that acronym stands for.
Go to freewholesaling.com,
Okay.
go through the course, and then come back. That'd be my
Okay.
advice for you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. You gotta get knowledgeable, because if you don't know what the value of the house is, how are you going to sell it to a cash buyer?
Yeah, I seen the value is around 120.
Okay. What's your name that you DM me?
Landon Eves on Facebook.
All right, let me look. I have to search you up because I have too many. All right, Landon Eves. All right.
You don't see it?
No, hold on. No, I have your. I search you. It pops up on with you and a dog. I don't know if that's you.
Oh no.
Landon Eves. Oh, right here. Nope, nothing. EAVES.
Yeah, it says sent 9 minutes ago.
Okay, I see it. All right, what about it? So you have it locked up for what price?
9.5.
Okay. And did you send this to a cash buyer?
Not yet, because I have it under contract where the buyers told me that they would fix up the carpet. You can see it's kind of uneven. And there's a few other things that I put in the contract that they'd say they'd fix up before. So I was kind of waiting for that to get better pictures. Is that like the right way to do it, you think?
No, I'd still try to sell it.
Try to get it up right now.
Yeah, I'd still try to sell it.
Okay.
You actually locked it up for a decent. It looks like a decent deal, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get after it. I am definitely gonna go through that full course because I just did the flip with Rick one. I would definitely.
The freewholesaling.com course?
No, I didn't do that one. There's a different.
Mailing mastery?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just the direct mail one. Freewholesaling.com is more general. So this, I think it's actually decent. I think you actually got a good deal here.
Okay.
You already know what to do, though, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of in this market, so I'm like, I live in LA, so I don't obviously want to do stuff out here. I want to kind of branch out into the desert type areas of California.
Honestly, I would probably go to Zillow, cold call the for rents in that area, and then go on Facebook and find it. Freewholesaling.com. Just go to the cash buyer section. There's some Facebook tutorials. I would start posting ad copy that I have on there and just start finding cash buyers.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if I should wait for him to do the improvements he said, but I'll definitely get that up ASAP.
ASAP.
I will definitely.
And just tell them that there's going to be improvements done after.
Okay. Perfect. I appreciate that.
Keep it up. Boom. Awesome. All right. Yo,
can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Just got off of work. I do have a couple questions. I've been going through the course. I did send out my mail, my letters. I sent them out Tuesday. But I do have a couple questions. When do I know when a property is going on probate? You know, because your dad talks about how I don't have to wait for the probate to start.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
Okay.
Usually, I think you're going to be fine. Are you doing Indiana, Wisconsin?
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Okay. I think you should still be fine in Indianapolis. I would just search and look it up. But yeah, you can still lock it up. The probate happens when the probate's filed with the court.
Right.
So that's going to be the fastest.
Okay. So I don't have to wait for it. I obviously know that, right? Okay. Yeah. And then another one I have, when pulling a list and the PR has been removed, what does that mean? Like, because when I'm looking at the list that I have from the one from the clerk office, I'm pulling myself. I come across some PRs that have been removed. Is that like should I still market to them or
I would market to the heirs
to the
if you
heirs
can.
then?
Yeah, there should be other.
What if it doesn't show any heirs on the
I probably wouldn't market to it then.
to them at all? Not even to
Yeah,
the estate?
you can do it to the estate, but there's no PR. I would not mail to it.
Okay. Okay. All right, for sure. And then I have another one. All right. So I'm trying to stay as organized as possible because I don't want to, I don't want to get myself confused. And I know that's a big part of, the whole business, to be as organized as possible. How do I go off by adding the new probates into like my podio? Because that's how I'm trying to stay as organized. I'm adding all my pretty much other ones I did.
Yeah, I only put leads in Podio.
Okay.
All my motivated seller lists are on like Google Drive.
Okay.
Like a Google Excel or something like that. So I have like a Google Sheets.
Okay.
For them. So June probates, July probates, August probates. That's how I organize it.
Okay, for sure. All right. Okay. And then pretty much I can still market to them, right? I see that your dad said don't send out the second letter after 30 days, pretty much. Should I wait 30 days?
I do one letter and then I'll cold call them.
Cold call them.
I don't do 2 letters.
So right now I should start cold calling them, right?
Yep.
Because I'm pretty much just going through the course all over again because my niche is probate. That's all I really want to focus on.
You got to cold call them.
Yeah.
Mail and cold call.
Mail and cold call. That's it. And then just keep adding the new ones, right? Throughout. Adding the new ones. All right, then. Okay. I guess I'm overthinking it.
You are, man.
Have a great one, man. Thank you.
Keep it up. Wait, do you know the script?
The script for the probate?
Yeah.
Shoot. I think I have it in my notes. I'm yeah.
All right, no, it's okay. I'm just letting you know. Are you the owner of the house and are you interested?
Oh, okay.
House is the deceased house, and are you interested in selling it?
Don't bring up
you can't even think about it. It's that simple.
Okay. All right, for sure. Oh, one last question. Would you recommend me to call? I know your dad said to call the title company and ask for them to refer me to a probate attorney to try to build a relationship with them and see. Would you consider? Okay. All right. Yeah. Like I said, I'm overthinking it. I'm just gonna get to it for sure.
All right. What's this cold call script?
What's my cold call script?
What's this cold call script for probates?
Shoot, are you the owner of the property? No, right?
Yes.
Are you interested in selling the property?
That's it. Are you the owner and are you interested?
Okay. All right, for sure. Man,
don't complicate it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, but thank you, Zach. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you.
I'm gonna ask you next week.
All right, for sure. We'll do. Yeah, for
okay.
Sure. All right, man.
All right.
Thank you. All right, peace. You too. Thank you.
Gotta keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Stop overthinking it. Good morning.
Bang, Zach. How you going?
Good morning, man. What's up?
Oh, mate, I just wanted to get on the show and talk to you live.
Awesome. What's up?
I want to come out to. I'm flying out in the next couple of months. I've chosen a new market. It's Port St. Lucie, and I've got a new strategy. I'm going to go door knocking for dollars. Are you in?
I'll go with you.
Yeah. You reckon
sure.
you reckon there's a YouTube video there for us?
Sure. Just do me a favor. You gotta have to let me know what market, because I don't want you to get in trouble. There's some places in Port St. Lucie that aren't like Australia. A little scary.
Mate, I've got a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
That ain't good enough.
How you going? I just thought I'd jump in. I've got anxiety. I've had high anxiety lately because I've been watching you cold calling live, and those for sale by owner callers are just getting brutal, aren't they? They had you.
Those good ones.
They were giving you a hard time yesterday, mate.
Yeah, I got good. I got a 160K reduction, and then I got a quick 40K reduction on one. That was actually a decent deal. So I got 2 decent deals. Like out of 10, I got 2 good ones. So that's 20%. That's ridiculously well.
Yeah, it used to be a really
one really good deal every single one I've had for the past month.
Yep. Nah, good stuff. I was watching it yesterday, and it used to be a soft call, but now they're getting a bit more tougher, these guys, aren't they?
Yeah, but I'm getting a little more tougher too. So
yeah,
I'm getting better results now. I think I'm getting better at it. I don't know why, but I'm doing well. I'm getting at least one really decent deal every single live I'm doing on it. So it's doing well.
Just another footnote. What's wrong with 52-year-old blokes with grey hair? or 55-year-old blokes. What was that before? What's going on there?
Well,
Is there some
when you go to the government department, when you go to the code enforcement department and you say you're doing it for a school project and you're older, they're gonna look at you like you're trying to make a profit off the list. If you
I am
come
a
as a young
mature-
kid, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is a kid. Here's the list. I don't care." They're gonna question the older guy because you're not doing this for a school project. That's the
I guess
point.
I'm a mature student. I'm an Australian exchange
If
student
you get
coming
your
out.
son to go instead, he have a way better chance of getting the list.
Okay, I thought
And
you
he
were just
doesn't
having
even
a
know
go.
what he's kind of looking for, so it's kind of perfect. He'll kind of pretend like he doesn't know what he's doing, which he might not. Do even better.
I just thought you were having to go at older guys like me and Rick. More mature guys.
No,
All right.
you have an advantage talking to sellers. So
I just wanted to come on. I've had more luck lately getting into Dustin Poirier's wife's DMs than yours. I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
sending you messages. You got to check your messages, mate. I've got some killer stuff in there for you. And I need a guest in my Facebook group for next month. I reckon you and Rick should be for the mastermind. I reckon you and Rick should be the special guest. What do you reckon?
we'll do it.
You'll do it. So
We'll do
check your DMs tomorrow. I'll send you a message. I want to get the father and son team in. I had CC Garland in. I had CC Garland in there talking marketing and stuff last week. So I reckon you guys can. I've chucked a poll in there. It's either going to be acquisitions, dispositions, and you guys cover all bases. So I thought I'm jumping on the show and I'm going to live on air recruit Zach and Rick to come in my Facebook group and be the special guests. It's the last Saturday of the month.
Yes, I should do it.
Yep.
should be
All right.
good.
Beautiful. I'll get off.
DM me tomorrow.
I'll get off so I can let all the young talent come on and ask all their questions. But always a pleasure catching up with you, Zach. And I might have to fly you out to Australia one day to fix up my studio. I need some TVs and
I'll be in Australia by a couple of years. I'm definitely gonna go there. So
Yep. No, I need you. But I'm
there, so I'll be good.
I'm coming out in the next couple of months to the States, and I'm hitting Florida, so I'll hit you up, and I want to do a door knocking for dollars, which could be part comedy with Zach. I want to go door knocking for dollars.
I love it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Graham.
Mate.
Appreciate it.
Take it easy. Always a pleasure.
Right.
See you, mate.
Thanks. Boom. Love it. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun. All right. Check out Graham. Love Graham. Joel. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. There we go.
Got it.
What's up?
Man, you're the boss, man. You guys are the goats. Oh, by the way, go Dolphins all day, every day.
There we go.
Man, I started doing some text blasting some months back, and I was also working on my CDL. So I actually got, right before I went to get my CDL and stuff, I actually got someone under contract, but the deal wasn't too good. She had two loans on the property, and there was just not enough room there. And after I had the inspections done, I'm in Tampa, but this was in North Carolina. She ghosted me, like, after it went to title and all that stuff. Because I told her, I was like, I can't make the deal happen because it's just too, there isn't enough, for me to be able to just get you anything. Every person that went up over, kind of gave me the same spiel, like there wasn't enough. And actually that like shook me bad. So I completely stopped doing it. I went and I took my driving test, and I'm trying to get back, but I'm having like analysis paralysis now. Like, have you been in that situation? That
with what, seller ghosting?
Like, just continuing or starting again? Because I stopped and I like took a break without following through, and this is like the perfect, video. I was like, let me try to jump in here, but I'm surprised I got in, to be honest.
I let everyone in.
I was just expecting it to be like a big old line just waiting. I'm like, I'm gonna run out of time before I could get in with Zach.
Nope, no one ever wants to talk to me, so it's perfect. It's a joke, but yeah, man. I mean, the only advice I give to you is consistent action equals consistent results. So that's the only formula I can always. I can look at anybody's results and just see what their action was, and I can see what anyone's actions, see what the results are going to be.
Yeah,
And
kind of.
vice versa.
I
So,
got restarted again like 2 weeks ago, and I had like I was using Roar for like my text messaging, and I have Podio, so I I'm like ready to pull the trigger again, but I'm kind of scared that the same situation is gonna happen again. Like somebody's gonna just ghost me, and I'm gonna be left with like a contract with title, and this person is not going to show up or is not going to contact me, and like I'm responsible, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't know what to do if the person just disappears, and I like, how do I can't, like, that was my thing, because she never responded to me until basically I had it at the title, the Iran title and all that stuff, and she wouldn't pick up the phone. I went on like South Carolina, like some website, like randomly, and I got like a cancellation form, and I emailed it to her, and then she just emailed back. But what if, that's what I like, with like 2 days left before closing. So I was a little bit shook, to be honest, because I'm like, I don't have 130 grand to just buy a property when I was trying to wholesale it,
yeah.
So that was a thing that kind of shook me on that. So in a situation like that, do you have like, I looked at your at the contract. I've done like most. I'm probably like 3/4 through the course. Um, but I didn't see anything in specific that like put that statement, or put like a addendum or something like that in the title that says that, like, if the person doesn't show up, I could just cancel it without someone else's, like the owner's
No,
signature.
you don't want that. You want to go for damages if they don't follow through the contract.
Okay. So
Because if
if they don't show up to the closing table, or they
seller or
don't,
buyer,
the seller, that's what I
they
was
can be
worried
sued
about.
for not performing on the contract. That's the
Okay.
point.
And that would be something that it would, like, I would have to get a lawyer, or that would be through the title company. How would that
You're a
work?
lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually that threat loan will get someone to close. This is
Okay.
big boy stuff, This is real paperwork.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of like stuck in the middle, because the buyers fell through because there wasn't not enough room to negotiate. This probably could have been like a creative finance situation, but I wasn't.
Why didn't the seller? How many times did you follow up with the seller between the contract and the date you had to cancel? How many times a week?
like every day.
Every day.
Yeah, I was
So
like, I
why'd she
was
ghost you?
because she like, the house was like, she wanted like 118 grand. The house was really, it needed more repairs than I anticipated. So I was trying to sell it for like 130. So I was just trying to make like 10 grand, 15 grand or something like that. I started lowering the price, but to everyone, the ARV was like at 180. But then everyone that was coming in was like, yeah, it needs like 50 grand of repairs, because everything was like from the 70s. And, like, I had multiple people kind of give me the same thing. And she just wanted to have enough because she wanted to move to like another state to be closer to her family. So she wanted enough to put down on the next home, but she did a cash out refi on the property. So she had two loans. She had the original loan that her mom had when she gave it to her, and then she refinanced, or like pulled out equity out of the property somehow, to like remodel the kitchen, and she added like a shed in the back with the money. So she had like 60 grand, and then like 30 grand in the second mortgage. So she was super tight, and all the buyers kind of gave me the no because they were too close to the ARV. So that's, I guess she was expecting to get that easy 10 grand, which I told her, I was like, hey, this is really tight. I don't think I don't know how much I'll be able to help you. But when I every day I had like 3 people come in, and every day I kind of talked to her, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna have to keep going down, and she went down some, and I went down some to the buyers, to the cash buyers, but still no one took it. And then she must have been upset, or one of the buyers must have said something to her, or she must have overheard something in one of the inspections, and she just ghosted me. So like the days just kept adding up. I was calling her like every day, and she just like after the 3rd person that went in, and I finally just sent her a document just saying, hey, I want to cancel the contract, and she just she did the e-sign and she signed it back. But that was that's what surprised me, and I've been like super hesitant to go back and try it again. But this has been a good video.
Have you ridden a bike?
What do you mean?
Have you ever ridden a bike before?
I ride every day, actually.
You remember as a kid, you tried to ride, you fell off. Get back on and keep going.
True.
Right?
Oh, that makes sense.
You fell before riding a bike, but you keep doing it.
Many times.
Right?
Yeah.
Even now, you probably might fall once or twice, something like a bump or something, right? So like,
no, I'm too old. I try to stay safe, but I have plenty of experience riding though. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good, man.
You know the analogy. Just keep
going.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've been studying hard, man. I work like 11 hours a day, and like in my breaks and stuff, I'm listening to videos, I'm watching your stuff. So dude, I honestly appreciate it. Like every time I see some other guru, video, I'm like, what's the catch? I know they give you some kind of like half-ass answers, or they give you like half-ass explanations of what's going on. So I appreciate it, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are like the Jordan and Pippen of the wholesaling world.
No, we're the Zach and Rick of the wholesaling world.
Yeah.
But, what I could tell you is make a plan, stick to it. Be consistent.
All right, cool.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, hop on tomorrow and let me know what your plan is.
All right. Yeah.
I need a plan. I need to make a plan.
I think I have one. But I'll have it back tomorrow all down.
All right. Have it back tomorrow. I'm going to ask you.
Cool. All right. Cool.
All right. Keep it up.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Next here, we got Jesus.
What's up, man?
What's up?
With what he was talking about, isn't the inspector contingency what it's for?
Yes, it's for the wholesaler to get out of the deal.
Yeah, so wasn't that like his problem? Like he was afraid of like it's like them not showing up. Like so
I think it was just the seller.
Oh, all right. Anyways, so I have a few questions that I want to ask. My bad.
Of course.
So what would be a good way of building a good relationship with a money lender, like to get the proof of funds?
So I would say just asking for it. I mean, the best way to create a relationship with somebody is by providing value, right?
Yeah.
So I would provide value, explain how you guys can make money together. I would use a cash buyer's proof of funds instead, though.
Yeah, for sure. Okay then.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I got the answer. Yeah, that's pretty much all my questions, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me know if you need help with anything. I'm always here to help.
Yeah, I'll watch all your videos. I will.
All right. We'll keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Sosa.
Hey, Zach, how it going?
All right. What's up? You're back. All right.
man.
I tried hopping on first, man. All right, no big deal.
Yes, all right. As long as I get the pay that 5,000 to talk to you.
Perfect, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Yeah, so I went down there to the mail. I told you I had the code violation meeting. I went down there to the code enforcement, and so he said everything is digital. The only way that I can get the code only way I can get the code is if I basically ask about a property and they can look it up. He gave me something else like a chronic list or something like that. And remember I told you about the demolition list? I'm gonna go ahead and do what you said and track them, but I only got probably like like 37 altogether, something like that. So what I'm gonna ask you is, so what is my and 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 that was the top guy. That was the supervision dude over the code enforcement who told me that. So now what would be my route of getting it now? And he told me that there's no way he can get it for me unless I act. I mean,
For
unless
code
I
for
notice.
code enforcement, right?
Yeah, they don't do mobile in their city, period. So there's no mobile I can get.
It's pretty easy. You got to do a FOIA request.
And who would I send that to?
Code enforcement, a Freedom of Information Act request. But I want you to be sly about it. You're probably to go again and ask, who do I send the Freedom of Information request for all the open code violations for the past month? By just saying that to the manager, you might just get the list right there.
All right, so I have to well, I'll call tomorrow and say that. And so you will probably say the
To
same
the manager, not the clerk. The clerk's going to scoff at you like, "Oh, you do it." The manager's going to be like, "Oh," because they actually know what's up.
All right, and so I should do the same thing because as soon as I left there, I went to the county of utilities, and I did the same thing. She told me she had people come in there ask the same question. She told me it's private information, and she said that she even asked her attorney, and it's basically private information. I told her that I'm a taxpaying citizen. It's public records. Public information. She said, no, it's not. It's on private accounts with the customers. If someone to come and ask about their neighbors, they wouldn't give it out. I'm not asking for the neighbors. I know they is. All I need is the addresses. She said, we don't get it out. We have people come in and ask these same questions. And that's what made her ask the attorney. And this was the lady at the desk that when they got the person in the back, I guess was on top of her.
FOIA. And then they have to give you the law that says they can't give it to you, which they won't find.
All right.
That's it. Unfortunately, it's come to that.
Yeah. All right. I have another question. I know.
I think that's, yeah. What's the other question?
I'm trying to think. Oh no, I ain't gonna hold it up. I'll let somebody else get on, but I'm gonna go ahead and
let me know. Let me know
Yeah.
if you got a question.
All right.
All right. Thank you. All right. Boom. And Victor, are you back?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up? How can I help you out?
Yo, how you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Oh, dude, same here, man. Same here, man. I mean, you see that picture of that baby there? That's
beautiful.
That's all the blessings I got there. I mean, it's awesome, man.
Love it.
Yeah. So I'm working on a deal with a realtor on a on-market mobile home. I'm in the Inland Empire market, and I don't. Just kind of want your thoughts on this one. So the mobile home is on a 10,000 square foot lot. It's a 3-2 with an extra permitted room, and it's going for $299. That's the listing price. I think that might be kind of high for that. I think it could be the mobile home itself wasn't in bad shape. I mean, thinking probably maybe 20 grand to fix it up, which would make it 320 after repair. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what are your thoughts on that?
So what's the ARV?
Oh, I'm sorry. The ARV on this one would be. Let me see. Let me get my numbers out here. Roughly like in the like, I'd say like low to close to mid 300, like 350.
Okay, and what's the repairs?
Maybe 20 grand. High 25. Like probably the highest would be 25 grand on this one.
Okay. And what is it locked up for?
It's. I haven't gotten on contract yet. I'm trying to kind of figure out the numbers on this one. I mean, do you think 299 is high for a listing price?
Yeah, it says 269 here would be your MAO. If your 20K seems very low for repairs. What's the square footage?
The square footage of the actual mobile home is 1050, and the lot that it sits on is at 9.5, 9,500 square. Yeah, 9,500 square feet.
Is it a FISBO?
No, this is on market.
So honestly, like if you go through freewholesaling.com, I have a very solid rule on MLS listed houses that you have to offer hundreds of offers, and they all have to be 75% off the listing price.
Okay.
Because when they counter, they're going to counter back.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Right? So 75% off of that. And you're probably going to have to offer
Okay.
50 of those to even get a deal. So that's how to
Gotcha.
wholesale on the MLS.
Got it. Yeah. From the realtor that I'm talking to, you know, he was saying that, or she was saying that the owner was hoping to get 100,000 back, but I'm like, yeah, probably not. It's probably not gonna happen.
I'm hoping to get locked up for 100 grand. We're both
Yeah.
hoping. So
True. Okay. Alrighty.
yeah, that's my advice for that.
Okay. And then second quick question. So what would be some options for a potential seller that is looking to, I guess, stay in their house? So they're not getting kicked out yet.
The tenant or the owner?
It's a tenant.
Okay.
And they're looking. They really want to stay in this house that they've got, and again, this is in the SoCal Inland Empire market. And I'm still getting information on in terms like what like the payoff amount, if it, you know, how much they owe, or like what the well, sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, it was kind of getting all laggy there for a second. Yeah, are there any like options, like creative type financing options that a tenant can do in that case if they're getting threatened to get kicked out of their house?
No.
No,
If they're a
nothing?
tenant, why would you want to help them out in that situation? Unless they're going to buy it or creatively buy it themselves. I don't know. I mean, I don't work for free.
Yeah. Yeah, enough said.
All right.
Pretty.
Let me know what other questions you got. When you wholesale on the MLS, though, the one advice I give to you is do not get emotional with these deals. You got to do hundreds of them to start getting a couple
Got it.
really good ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you don't have to
Cool.
cold
Makes
call
sense,
each one. You can just send contracts.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Go through the MLS course at freewholesaling.com.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Boom.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Victor. Awesome. So if you guys got deals you want to send me, remember, guys, just go to www.flipwithrick.com/JV with me. If you got a deal you want to JV with me, send it there. I think the link's below there. But and the link is at freewholesaling.com. So again, everyone's like, Zach, how does somebody talking to you? Oh, does Zach specially pick the people? No, guys, wholesaling house is for real. The link to the streamer is on here, and you can talk to me. That's the best way. Deb. Oh, Deb left. Jay.
What's going on, Zach? What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, got a question for you.
All right, what's up?
So I've been so for the last, the first day I started cold calling was literally on my birthday, which was like the 24th. So like a week and a half ago or something. So the entire time I've been focusing on FSBOs, for sale by owners. What I find myself doing is that I do spend a lot more time comping properties than actually calling people, because I want to make sure, because the last time you and I spoke, you asked me what the ARV was, and I didn't know because I didn't do my due diligence first. So before even calling a property, I usually find some comps so that I can get an idea of what the ARV is. That way I can get a number to be able to present to that seller. So the issue that I'm having with these comps is, I remember watching, because I go back to some of your videos like months before, even years prior. And I noticed that one of the rules is to find out if whether or not the property is in the same subdivision. How do I know if a property is in the same subdivision as the other comps? Because I'm not.
All right, Jay, I gotta stop you right here. Do you watch basketball?
Mm-hmm.
I love basketball. Who's your favorite team?
Honestly, the Sixers.
Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, like, how boring would the Sixers be if there's no shot clock, like college basketball? Put like a 50-second shot clock. James Harden's just gonna be holding that ball all day. It'd be boring. He'd be dribbling around all day. The problem is, it's like that. You need a shot clock for doing your ARV. If you spend 3 minutes dribbling the ball, it's gonna be like 20-10 the score of the game. It's gonna be boring, right? You need to be put on a shot clock, because you're not scoring as much because you're taking too much time before you shoot.
Right.
You need a 24-second shot clock, okay?
Right.
So you need to make a guesstimate, like a quick guesstimate of the ARV. You talk to them and get the repairs while you're doing it, more or less. Unfortunately, like, you just got to lowball them to a point.
Mm-hmm.
And like, when you see my Zillow for sale by owners, the cool part about that is you're going to be able, with a shorter shot clock, you're going to take more shots. Guess what happens when you take more shots? More are going to go in. So every shot your field goal percentage might be lower, but you're going to score more points. So you need to spend less time doing that.
Okay.
Because you're going to be able to talk to 50 sellers and make 50 offers versus only doing 20 offers. And you're going to make more money doing that. If you think of an uncomfortable low ball offer, and you do a good cop, bad cop with that. Hey, my partner Zach said, boom. Where are you at?
Okay. So just shoot like a low ball offer. So like, if I see it for sale by owner and his asking price is, let's say, like 90,000, do I just like offer?
Have a conversation first.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how I do my FSBOs. Tell me a little bit about the property. Why has it been listed for over 130 days?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he be even looking to sell this house?
Right. And those are the questions I do ask.
Yep. You can't go straight into low ball. Like, you got to have some conversations, right? Is this a rental? You just have a general chit chat and then get into it.
Because like half the time, I'm not, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but like half the time I don't even really, sometimes I throw the offer out there. I mean, I'll let them know where I'm at, but I don't really say like, hey, this is my offer. I usually say, hey, this is kind of where I'm at. Depending on what they say. Because usually,
good cop, bad cop. You have to have an excuse of your low ball. Don't put the badness on you. Make me the bad cop. Okay.
Okay. All right, I got you. And when you're looking at a deal that kind of has like where the spread is like kind of tight. So I found this one property and I kind of calculated the ARV to be around like 100,000. Its closest comp was a little bit kind of like down the street from where the subject property is, and it's the best comp that I see in that area. So I did an ARV of 100,000. It's a very small property. It's like 728 square feet. And so I went off of your pricing for the square footage. It was one of the videos that you did that I screenshotted off of. And I used that and I rounded like 30,000 to repair. So I took 30,000 off of that, 70,000, multiply that by 70%, because ARV is under 120. And I came up with around where he was asking for. It was like around like 55, 50, something like that. I think like 49,000 it came up with. And he said that the lowest that he would take was 55. And I said, could you meet around like 52? So it's already a tight spread for around where a cash buyer would pay for, which is 49,000. That's after the ARV formula. So if it's that tight, was that a deal that you would still entertain? Because I saw one of your videos where, like you said, even if it's like 5,000, 3,000, especially if it's your first deal, why not take it? So I'm kind of looking at it from that perspective.
But if your MAO is 49, why would you do 52?
Because 49, so the 49 is what the cash buyer would buy. That's before you even add in the wholesale fee. So with ARV, which is the 100,000 minus the repairs, which I estimate to be 30,000, then multiplied by 70%, that brings you to 49,000. So would that be the price?
MAO is the max allowable offer. So at 48, you'd make 1,000. Right. Yeah.
So the cash buyer would buy it at 70,000, right?
No, they'd buy it at the MAO. So if it's 100,000 multiplied by 70, 70,000 is your MAO. So that means if you lock it up for 60, you sell it for 70, make 10K. The MAO is what the cash buyer is willing to buy it for.
Okay, I think my math might have been.
Dude, you're just getting started. Like, man, you're barely even a month in. Okay, so you're taking the action. I love it.
Right.
You have taken way more action when I started than when I starting out. So like, calm down.
I ain't out there doing bandit signs yet.
No, not yet. But like, just FYI, like the MAO is the max you can offer, because most cash buyers for under $100,000 ARV house, they want to get at least 30% off of what the actual value of the house is. 30% off of that. So that's where it comes with our fee. So if it's 120 and it needs 20,000 repairs, 100,000 minus 70 is 70,000. So most cash buyers want to buy that at 70.
Okay. All right. So okay, I got you on that. So because he said 52. So if I can maybe lock it, so the 52 is that the lowest. He said that 55 is the lowest it'll go, and I got him to come down at 52. So I don't think he's going to go any lower than that.
Jay, here's the cool part. You might be off on your numbers, which hopefully you are. Hopefully. So the only way you're going to know is you're going to have to go to a cash buyer that you trust and know and ask them how much they'll buy this for.
Gotcha. Isn't there a risk that they could take that deal from me? Because I don't have any cash buyers that I haven't been in the game.
See, that's your problem. There's also a risk that you lock it up and you can't sell it.
Right.
Everything's a risk, right?
Of course.
That's why you need some cash buyers that you can trust. But that's another option you got. So it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do.
Right.
But if you calculate an MAO 49, I won't go above that. I don't work for free.
Of
so
course.
you don't either.
Absolutely. And real quick, can you elaborate more on the subdivision, like exactly how that works?
Yeah.
So when you're actually looking at comps, how do you know whether or not the property is in the same subdivision? Because I just got my prop stream back. Prop stream is the only thing that will tell me, from my experience so far, is the only thing that told me the subdivision the property is in.
No. Guess where prop stream gets that from? The property appraiser. So you're going to have to go to the property appraiser, and that's where subdivisions are basically created. There's like Sterling Heights. There's, I don't know, East Meadows. They're all like little divisions in the city. This neighborhood or whatever, they all get little things. Soho, like New York City has those. They're everywhere. I don't even have them memorized. I kind of just go off a zip code in my head, but I kind of like to keep it in the same subdivision more or less. Now, I only go hard on the comps. I don't put a shot clock on me if I'm going on an appointment. Then I get the comps perfect.
Right.
If I'm doing a Zillow for sale by owner, they're not the most crazy deals, so I don't go as hard. So I have a little shot clock going on me. When you do a code violation, a probate, a water shutoff, a drying for dollars, a reverse drying for dollars, and it's a good lead, then I go hard in the paint on the comps. You're going hard in the paint on the comps with Zillow for sale by owners. You need to be on the shot clock for Zillow for sale by owners, and then you go hard in the paint on the ones for the government lists.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
All
it.
right. All right. Cool.
You're doing the right thing. You're just doing it in the wrong section.
Gotcha.
That makes
I
sense.
had a feeling. And one more thing before I go, I want to get somebody else on here. When dealing with stubborn sellers, again, on a for sale by owners list, I'm seeing properties that are where the asking price is like 37,000, 20,000. So, I mean, obviously you could probably get a good deal out of that. But when I call them, I notice you're not really too fond of doing business with elderly people, right? Because things can kind of
Love elderly people. What do you mean?
So I don't know if I heard this correctly, but isn't there like some kind of like a law where if you're doing like a deal with like an elderly person, like something goes wrong, they can claim that you're like taking advantage of them or something like that?
There's technically laws, right? Like, I mean, there's elder financial abuse law, like there's stuff like that. My general rule of thumb, if they're over 65, I like to have the son or daughter included. Some people are like 74, they're like, don't talk to my kids. No, I'm making decisions, right? I had a 95-year-old lady, her son was a lawyer. She was like, he doesn't talk for me. I talk for myself. And then on the side, I talked to the son. You know, he's a lawyer. He's like 45, right? He's like, okay, that works. Usually, if they're over 75 or 70 or above, I prefer to talk to the kids about it and ask them a general question about the house. There's no law against that. I just feel comfortable as a human being doing that. Because I'd rather, if my grandma was selling her house and she's 75, I'd rather them talk to my parents about it than just doing it behind their back, just so everyone's on the same page. That's just how I like doing business. And that's what I tell you guys to do. Right? Because there's sick people out there that try to buy a house that's worth $500,000 for $2,000 and try to like get a one up on a really old person in a nursing home. It's terrible, right? We have laws against that. That's terrible.
Right.
But if you do the due diligence, you know, you talk to them, you talk to the kids, the family, maybe an uncle. I feel like that's the right thing to do. So that's what I tell. There's no law. I do most of my deals are with like technically older people per se. But like if they're over 65, 70, I do like talking to the family. That's just how I do business.
Gotcha.
You don't have to.
The reason why I ask is one of the FSBOs, it was an old lady that picked up the phone, and I'm not sure if she's motivated because when I was talking to her, she was mainly controlling the conversation. Like I couldn't even really regain control of the conversation. Like she was asking me question after question, like the question, like she's like, "What's your name? Who you work for?" "Oh, well, I work with me and my partners." "Who are your partners? What company?" Yada yada. And it was like every time, because I tried to regain control of the conversation by answering her question, but then following up with another question, and then she wouldn't even answer my question. She'd go on and proceed and ask another one of her questions. So it was just like, and she was like, she said, "Oh, well, we don't work with resellers." And I'm like, but I'm looking at the property and it's very dilapidated. So it's like, you kind of don't really have a choice but to go with someone who's going to resell the property.
Nope.
So like, how do you even handle that situation?
Yeah, this is easy. Reseller, does she mean someone's going to buy it then flip it?
Well, she asked me, "Am I going to take the title over?" Which essentially, you know, yes, I would be. But then she said, "Are you going to resell the property?" Huh?
Me or my partner are going to do it.
Right, exactly. And so that is how I responded to her. I said, "You know, me and my partner's going to take over the property," and then she was like, "Oh, are you going to like resell the property?" And then I kind of got stumped because I mean that is the intention technically. But I didn't answer the question straight like, yes, we are going to resell. I said, well, you know, I mean, it depends on the condition of the property. We could resell it, we could flip it, we could rent it out. It all just depends on how the deal.
You've been listening to me.
And then that's when she said, "Oh, we don't work with resellers. Bye." And then she hung up. And I'm like, Where did I
She's
go wrong?
unmotivated. I honestly like that's always the line. I have to go and actually look at it because either I'm going to buy it, I can rent it out, I might have to flip the house. I don't know. Does this house have termite damage? Because I've had deals where it had termite damage. I just got to flip it. I don't want to rent this thing out. Does your house have termite damage, Miss McConnell? Right? No. Like, see, like you got to flip it on them. Usually when they ask a bunch of questions, it's not a deal.
Right.
The questions are like, can you buy fast? You know, how fast you can close? It's if it feels like an interrogation, no.
Yeah, that's literally what it felt like, an interrogation. Like I couldn't even couldn't even ask questions of my own or anything like that. So
yeah. And there's a difference between controlling the conversation and then the length of the like most conversations, the seller should talk 80% of the time, but you're in total control. That's how interviews work, right? And what does an interviewer do? They ask questions.
Right.
They were asking the questions, they controlled it. So I would honestly say you're calling the for sale by owners. I would start getting some government lists. I would start just putting them in. I would just start adding some in. You're doing well. If I only did Zillow for sale by owners, I'd go crazy. I'm just letting you know. I'd go cuckoo. Okay. Gotcha. I want to start adding in some extra ones.
Yeah. I just watched one of your videos. They said you up a couple months ago. The top free marketing methods to go after, pre-foreclosures, arrest records, everything like that. I wrote all of those down. So I'm going to start.
What market are you doing right now?
I'm in Tennessee.
You're in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Chattanooga?
Clarksville.
Clarksville. All right. So you're going to run out of Zillow for sale bonds really quick. Really quick. Like I can do all of Tennessee probably in 10 hours. What are you going to do after that? Then wait 100 more days, right? You're going to have to wait 100 more days, right? So like I like the Zillow for sale bonds. I think it's actually essential that you do them because you're gaining like very valuable experience.
And that's why I started out doing for sale by owners, to kind of get used to talking to sellers, honestly. Because I kind of looked at it as like, if I get a deal, I get a deal, but I'm really doing it to kind of start getting the feel of talking to people.
Okay. The only thing I can tell you, because you are in Clarksville, I would look up, I 100%, you should do Hopkinsville. You should do some Arkansas, Kentucky, Bowling Green's right there. Kind of that border area. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I called a couple of people today in Kentucky. I started doing a little bit in there. I contacted a couple of people in Owensboro, somewhere in there.
You're doing well, man. I would honestly, anywhere within an hour. Nashville's a little weird. Outside of Nashville's way better. And dude, I think you have a great market. I think you go after government lists, reverse drawing for dollars. You're in a great one. I personally feel like the Zillow for sale by owners, you sound great, like talking to you. Like I can imagine you do very good. You don't seem scared. You're ready to go after it. I think your skill set's better.
Half the battle.
Yeah, I think your skill set's better going after better quality data. You know, I don't think you need to call Zillow for sale by owners to gain that confidence. You already have that. That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. So I would be going after those more quality lists. I feel like someone's going after you a little hard. I think you know how to handle yourself. You're obviously listening to what I'm saying. You know how to do the rebuttals. I think you should start putting that in there too. You're just going to run a Zillow for sale by owners and then back to the drawing board.
Got you. Okay. And last thing, when someone tells you that they're going to let their attorney handle the closings, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing. You need to control the title company.
Got you. Okay.
Because,
I just want to make sure.
Because then because that attorney might not like you have they just might not like that you have an assignment fee.
Right.
Jay, we can't give you an assignment fee, but we'll close it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, that answers all my questions, Zach. I appreciate you.
All right. What I need you to do is I want you to go try and pull the code violations tomorrow, or just generally look up the counties around you and see if you have to go in person or you can pull your government list online. Start with code violations and probates.
Okay.
Research it. Just tonight. Just check it out.
Funny thing, actually, I actually pulled code violations back in, where were we in? August. I pulled code violations, I want to say in like May. Yeah, May. But I had to search True People Search and been verified, and like I couldn't even get in contact with any of those
Reverse
people.
drive for dollars then.
So I actually go by the property and just put a sticky note on the door.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And
Okay,
guess
yeah,
what
I
you're
didn't
going
even
to
think
find
about
out?
that. Okay.
Those deals are going to have deals around it that are ugly. So you can drive around those areas.
Got you. All right. So I'm actually going to repull it. I'm going to call tomorrow and repull those lists because they probably got more properties on there. And then I'll probably drive for dollars around this weekend or so.
All right. And here's the last most important part. This is a huge tip for code violations.
Yep.
So you might do the county that you're in for the code enforcement, but also do the city of Clarksville. There's
Okay,
a two separate code.
So county and city code violations?
Yes.
Okay.
And then do the whatever county Hopkinsville is in, and then do the city of Hopkinsville. You get double lists.
Okay.
I bet you didn't do that.
Oh no, I didn't do that at all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dude, it's crazy because most wholesalers, they don't know that. Double the list.
Okay. Got you. All right, definitely. I appreciate you, Zach. I'm gonna do that.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you.
Of course.
Right.
It's like
Keep it up.
homework.
I love it. Keep it up,
All
bro.
right. Appreciate it.
Oh, awesome. All right, guys, we are over 2 hours here. So, guys, if you want to join me next time, just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Hop on as soon as you can. There's like a line. So the people that hopped on first get to talk to me first and then get on there. So, guys, we're going to be with Rick tomorrow. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to break some interesting stuff down. So we'll announce the title tomorrow. But, guys, do me a big favor and smash the like button and subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com and